I'm Mike Fellows. I'm the Lee County Family Court Judge. What that means is that I hear cases involving juveniles and domestic family issues. In the juvenile realm, anything from neglect and abuse to actually juveniles that are delinquent, violating the law in various ways. In those situations where there is neglect or abuse and those children, because there's not family available or whatever the situation is, need foster parents, that decision would come through me. And so typically all the foster children in Lee County, at least their cases, if not them themselves, come through my court. Lee County, like most other counties, really has a strong need for foster parents and foster care support. We have, for whatever reason, just an extremely high docket in terms of the number of cases we have in this county where there's a need for foster parents. We have approximately anywhere from 120 to 150 foster children in our system at any given time, and currently we have in the neighborhood of 40 to 50 foster parents or foster families during those times. So obviously you can do the math there, and there's an incredible need. I guess we could probably narrow down the majority of foster care cases to really 3 or 4 things. Neglect in terms of, even food, care, supervision, sometimes when parents just basically leave their kids for days at a time, if not longer. Abuse, that can be both physical and sexual. And then drugs. We have an incredible problem with parents who have started down the road and ended up in addiction, and as a result are unable to provide all those things that their children need. One of the things that I see on a regular basis that comes to my court is usually we can find a foster parent or foster family for a child somewhere. The problem is that most of these foster children have siblings that need foster parents as well. And when they come into my court, oftentimes I see that there's not a family available to take them all in. So we have a situation where these children have lost basically everything they know at this moment. They're dealing with all the stress that goes along with mama no longer being there or daddy no longer being there, or their environment, and now we're taking their brothers and sisters away as well. That's a huge need, and it really just comes down to numbers. We don't have the number of foster parents that we need in order to be able to place these children together. I had a case just recently where it was 4 little kids, all of them 7 and under. You could tell in my court that they loved each other. They were playing with each other. It was actually a struggle kind of to get them to quiet down and not play with one another in my court, but they were not able to be placed together. And that's part of the reason they were so excited in court, just to be able to see one another, because they hadn't had that opportunity. And if we could just get 15 more foster families in Lee County, it would totally change the dynamic. Obviously these kids come into court, come into this situation with all kinds of needs. Some of them just need food. Some of them need clothes on their back. Almost all of them need hope. They've pretty much grown up in an environment where they don't have much hope beyond what they've seen, and what they've seen isn't good typically. They need a mentor, they need a guide, they need someone to teach them life skills. My personal belief is that there are few, if any, organizations better equipped to provide that than the church. Really, that's one of my desires, is to see the church step forward and to say, you know what, I'm going to be there for this child even if no one else is. If this child needs to see what it's like to have a strong family, if they need to see what it's like to pray around a dinner table, if they need to see what it's like to have support in school and in their extracurricular activities, then I'll show them that. They can certainly do it by providing hope to a child, to paint a picture for a child that they've never seen before, and maybe they'll never see again, but that they will probably never forget. I also think, as a Christian, that the church is commanded to do that. I don't think it's an accident that right after in James where the Word talks about not only being a hearer of the Word, but a doer as well. Immediately after that, it says, take care of the orphan. There may be other times and other places where we look at a situation and we say, you know what, they got themselves into this mess. You can't say that in regards to foster children and orphan care. They didn't get themselves into this mess, but they're in a mess, and they need our help.